So, our world needs it, doesn't it? Holy smoke. I looked at the news this morning because that's kind of feels like it's my job to look at the news in the morning so that I'm aware, just aware. I don't want it to have power over me. But there is just, I spend a moment thinking, my God, this is crazy. My God, this is crazy. And then I need to see it rightly. Let's go to that first slide, because this talk is based out of the Bible, which I don't know where I put it. I think I left it in my office. But that's okay, because I put it on a slide here for you. It's out of John 21, verse 5 and 6. Jesus said to them, "Children, have you any food?" And they answered, "No." And he said to them, "Cast your net on the right side of the boat, and you'll find some." And so they cast on the right side of the boat, and now they were not able to even draw the nets in because of the multitude of fish. That's a great story, isn't it? What does it have to do with us? What does the right side of the boat mean? What does the right side mean? I printed this off so that if you want to take a picture of it, it's not a bad idea. The right side is always on the side of truth, truth with a capital T. It is always on the side of power. That's not power like power, it's power, power. It's always on the right side of power. Whenever you, the master, are there, the nets are filled with ideas because you are in touch with the infinite storehouse. The infinite storehouse of wisdom. When you are on the right side of truth, the side of power, whenever you, the master, are there, see, it's not you and the master, because the master is where? Within you. So whenever you, the master, are there, the nets are filled with ideas because you are in touch with the infinite storehouse of wisdom. I look around and I see so many creatives out there in you. So many creative talents. It doesn't mean that you have to be an artist or a singer or a musician. Your creativeness can be something, my creativeness, I can't draw. I can tinker on the piano. I can tinker with my voice. But I feel like my creativeness is when I'm with people. Hey, I feel that's my creativeness. You all have something that you could really own and call yourself a creative. There are creative people in here who I know are yoga instructors. There are creative people with ideas, just ideas. There are creative parents in here who have to be creative every moment of every day when the kids are home. Do you all remember what it was like when you raised your children? And when you have your grandchildren? And what it's you are being drawn on creativity constantly. But if we are on the other side of the boat, we're not going to catch much fish. Okay, metaphysically, you're not going to catch and be open to the creativeness that's within each one of us. But when we get into our right thinking, seeing it rightly, okay, we can choose to see that I'm in lack. I'm in lack of finances. I'm in lack of health. I am in lack of a place to live. I am in lack of being a parent because I feel like I'm sucking at it right now. Any parent feel like that at times? Yep. When we are in that consciousness, no wonder we have nothing. We feel flat, don't we? But when we turn to right thinking, there is a multitude of resources for us. I hope that gets your mind a little bit, and I'm looking at Reverend Tom right now. I absolutely love taking a Bible verse and metaphysically interpreting it. When I read this and then went to truth, unity, which I'll talk about maybe in a moment, but to get the metaphysics of what this story could possibly mean, right? And Tom, which I'll announce later, but he's going to be teaching from this book, Wisdom for a Lifetime, and he's going to start the class a week from Tuesday. And he's also going to offer it on Zoom, but prefer in person because it's definitely going to be an interactive class. And on the Zoom, you're just going to be a participant on the Zoom screen. You won't be interacting because we don't have the camera capabilities to make that happen for the class, but you can be part of it. Anyway, this is the first book that got me to start literally looking at the Bible, not literally. Is that a double, what do they call that? What I just did, I don't know, but there's something about that's probably not proper English, but it's the truth. I literally quit looking at the Bible literally and saw a whole resource of how to live my life. And so think about that. Sign-ups in the lobby for that. Okay, I was reading something from out of my Buddhist magazine. And it's from Lama Kathy Wesley. And she says, see error thinking afflictions as raw material, the way a potter would view clay. And when you look at a potter's wheel, when they first start, it's nothing but a sloppy mess, isn't it? But a potter doesn't see the slop. The potter sees the end result, don't they? So if we could see error thinking, mental afflictions as raw material, like a potter sees clay, you see it then as an opportunity to create something. Yes, amen. When you can see it rightly, you'll see it as an opportunity instead of a conflict or a struggle or a brick wall. Let's go to, I've got a couple quotes here from Wayne Dyer that I absolutely love. We hear this a lot, and we hear it just slightly different ways that people say it. If you change the way you look at things, what? The things you will look at will change. Let's just take this to just a little conflict at home or with a coworker or a family member. Let's take it to Facebook. Let's take it to the news app. Okay? If you change the way you look at it, the things you look at will change. It's not so easy at times, is it? But I can tell you that this has worked over and over and over between Michael and I, my husband and I, constantly, because I want to stay stuck on that or that. But when I can look at it differently, the communication between he and I changes. Isn't that amazing how that can work? When you can see it rightly. The next one is a good one. When we are in fear, there is no room for love. So when I looked at that news this morning, I was not having any love feelings. I was having sadness. I was having sadness over that incident, Halloween incident in Seoul. I was having sadness about Putin and Ukraine. I was having sadness over several different situations going on this week, and the whole thing of an attack on our political person and her husband, and it's not about politics. It is about what's happening here. What is happening? It's craziness. Now, was that in a fear or love vibration? Fear. It's okay to say it. I was in fear, but I didn't stay there long, and that's the key. I can have my emotions, own my emotions, and then pass them through, not push them away, pass them through so that I can then change the way I see it and move. I know what's mine to do. And what did I do? I scrolled out of the news app and went to my Facebook app, because my Facebook, I don't know what I've done to create this, but I have no negative stuff on my Facebook feed. None. I don't know how I've done that. Michael will say, oh my God, did you read this on Facebook? I'm like, I don't see any of that. So I go to my Facebook page and it's all positive quotes, positive quotes. That's how I shift my thinking. I've got to go back into the space of love. This is key, people. It isn't that we aren't going to have fear. It isn't that we aren't going to have anxiety. But whether we have it own us or whether we take our power and use the wisdom from that power, that was in the second slide in case you don't remember. Okay? You use that power to draw from the wisdom in order to change the way you see it. It's powerful, powerful. I am so passionate. I am so passionate about unity. Ruby Ho posted something on Facebook, and it said something about people who don't want to retire, it's because they love their job. And I typed in a comment and said, I absolutely love my job. And I've shared with you, Michael and I are like, when are you going to retire? I'm never going to retire because I love my job. I love teaching these truth principles because they've changed my life. They've changed my life, and it does not mean that you need to leave any other path that you are on spiritually. This is in addition to whatever path you are on, because this is all about helping people see it rightly. My job, I feel like, is to help myself so that I can help others see it rightly. There was a story in Unity magazine, and it was from a minister, and she finally got her way to Unity Village. This was, you know what? I don't think she's a Unity minister, no. She's been a volunteer at Unity in Houston. And someday I'm going to get to Unity Village. Someday I'm going to see that light that shines for you. Let's see. Anybody recognize that? Anybody been to Unity Village to see that? Yes, raise your hand. That is Silent Unity's light that shines for you all the time. So she couldn't wait to get to Unity Village because she wanted to see the light that shines for her, because she's called Silent Unity so many times when in need of prayer and how much they helped her. And she just wanted to stand and look at that light. So she finally gets to go on a retreat to Unity Village. She goes, and it's nighttime, just nighttime, dusk, after dusk. And she's walking up, for those of you who know, she's walking up the steps, and she's going past the administration building, and she sees the light on, and she's like, oh my. And then the light went out. And she's like, no! No, this can't be happening. And she's yelling out loud to nobody. No. And finally, some person walks behind her and says, can I help you? I'm a ministerial student. And she turns around and goes, no, you can't. The light just went out. And then the student said, what light are you talking about? She said, I've spent years waiting to be able to go and see the light that shines for me all the time. And now it just went off. And he goes, ma'am, you're looking at the administration building. If you walk a little further, you're going to see the light that shines for you. take that to how you live your life. We're looking on the wrong side of the boat, aren't we? But when you see it rightly, the light is always there for you. I love that story. Oh my gosh. You know, yesterday's daily word hit me. It was about grace. And it said, grace is a wonderful blessing. It is the impulse that urges me higher, the inspiration that calls me to go deeper, and the anchor that keeps me tethered to the truth of my Christ Spirit, my indwelling divinity. Grace is the gift that reminds me I am always at home in the heart of God. Is that what Not Mary Haley read today? Similar. I am always at home in the heart of God. Through grace, I can see it rightly. Let's go to that next one. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Think about that. We rely on this, don't we? Instead of this. This is where your power and your truth is. It's all right here. So again, I go back to news, Facebook, situations at home, situations at work. Okay? What's visible to the eye, is it your truth? Not your spiritual truth. It might be your truth with a small t. But is it your truth with a capital T? Because capital T truth is invisible to the eye. It is invisible to the eye. It's where you go in meditation, is where you will find your truth with a capital T. And of course, we all know this song. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's going to be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look at that! Oh my God, this is the way my life works all the time. Sandy Malloy, look at that. Adam, Facebook, if you could only see what we see. It's invisible to your eye, but it's there. Let's go to the affirmation for the week that I wrote. I accept myself exactly as I am with no judgment. We can do that for our kids, we can do that for our grandkids, but can we really do that for ourselves? You can. Now, will you? Write it down, take it home, it's on your paper, take a picture of it. Do that this week. Let's read it together. I accept myself exactly as I am with no judgment. And we have got a song. Why did I ask Rob to play this song? It is an old Unity song. It's called I Behold the Christ in You. And Truth Unity, there literally is a site called truthunity.com. And you can name a subject in the search bar, and it will come up with a Bible verse and some metaphysics. It is such a great resource. And they sent out a postcard, a big postcard, that had this song on it. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know if, I know us old timers will remember the words to this song. But I want it to speak to you. From me to you and from you to yourself. Rob, if you want to intro?
Yeah, so I'll sing it once and then we can all sing it because the words will be up here. Is that correct?
Good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I behold the Christ in you. Here the life of God I see. I can see a great peace too. I can see you whole and free. I behold the Christ in you. I can see this as you walk. I can see in all you do. I can see this as you talk. I behold God's love expressed. I can see you filled with power. I can see you ever blessed. See Christ in you hour by hour. I behold the Christ in you. I can see that perfect one. By God, in all you do, I can see God's work is done. Ready?
Sing it together.
I behold the Christ in you. Here the life of God I see. I can see a great peace too. I can see you whole and free. I behold the Christ in you. I can see this as you walk. I see this in all you do. I can see this as you talk. I behold God's love expressed. I can see you filled with power. I can see you ever blessed. May Christ in you hour by hour. I behold the Christ in you. I can see that perfect one, led by God in all you do. I can see God's work is done.
Namaste. Namaste to all of you. Thank you, Rob. Amen. Oh, thank you. Thank you.